Hello, everyone. We're here with Kevin Brewer, who's president of CMC Metals, a silver explorer in Canada. And we're here to have Kevin give us an overview of CMC and drill down a little bit and get some detail on some of the different projects.
Right on. Thank you very much, Peter. Yeah, we've got 5 projects. They're in a belt of rocks called the Rancheria Silver District. It's about 130 kilometers long by 50 kilometers wide. It starts in Yukon, goes into BC. There is a mine that's been found in that belt. It's called Silvertip. It's operated by Kerr. It's one of the highest grade underground silver lead zinc mines in the world. And of course, that's our targets. So we're trying to find another Silvertip. We've got 5 projects in that belt. Some very exciting things going to happen in those projects. And we think that actually the Rancheria Silver District is going to be one of the next silver districts in the world.
Wow. So you do have a flagship, Silver Heart. Maybe we can shift gears for a minute and talk a little bit about that, and you can give us an overview.
Yeah, so we're going to do a 5,000 meter drill program on Silver Heart this year, but we are changing tactics on the project. So it goes back to 1985 when silver lead zinc veins were found right on surface, very high grade veins, and really all the companies that have been active in that area have been drilling those veins. But we did some geophysics a couple of years ago. We found some really large conductors, which we think are representative of what we call carbonate replacement deposits. And these are large deposits, big tonnage, nice high grade. They occur in clusters, and we've got the right setting, the right geological setting. We've got the right mineralization, and we've got all the ingredients that you would want to have the formation of those. These are huge targets. One alone is like 220 million cubic meters of conductive material in size. Part of the problem is what's 5,000 meters going to do, with that? I mean, so it's such a big target. But so we're very hopeful. We're going to drill off those larger targets and change our tactics at Silver Heart this year.
Interesting. So now, just south of the Yukon northern BC border, you've got Amy and Silverknight that are in proximity to Silvertip. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can tell us about those 2 projects and what the outlook is there.
Yeah, well, you go back in this belt again where exploration happened in the 70s and 80s and then just dropped off. We managed to pick up these properties off a couple of prospectors, and we really haven't done a lot of work on them yet. We've done a lot of homework on them. We have the geophysics showing us some really nice conductive targets to hit on both of those properties. Some of the one at Silverknight, it's right next door to the Silvertip mine claims. They've been exploring and drilling, and their results are coming very close to our eastern boundary. So we're very excited about their news because we think it's going to have positive implications for us. We've got 6 targets on that property that we're going to follow up on this year, and with various techniques, and then probably try to drill them off at some time in the near future. Amy, 8 kilometers to the west, along the same setting, actually has a known carbonate replacement deposit on it. It's small right now, but it is wide open along strike and at depth. There was 2 adits put in that property. We've identified actually a whole new area that's going to come out soon in some news. So we'll be talking about that very soon publicly. And we've also done a lot. There was a lot of work done on that property. So what we did was we hired SRK Consulting to do a compilation of all that data, help us sort it out and identify the exploration areas which we should focus on in that property. So we're going to get people on the ground this year to go in, map these properties, prospect them, and hopefully when we get some permits, we'll get in there and be at a trench and do other things, and then eventually drill them off.
You mentioned geophysics. Is it fair to say that's been a bit of a game changer in terms of taking a fresh look at these kinds of prospective deposits?
Well, yes, certainly the airborne was extremely successful because in these, the airborne is actually so good that you can identify the difference between the intrusives, which are key, in the sediments. And all these deposits are occurring along the contact between the intrusive and the sediments. It's very distinguishable by the magnetics. And then the other data gives us really good identification of the conductors. There also is other geophysical techniques you can use, which we have used at Silverknight. And we're going to use a survey called gravity at Silverknight, because it will really distinguish where the dense layers are. And density, silver, lead, and zinc, very dense material, so it should show up very well with that type of survey and help us pinpoint drill targets. So geophysics, definitely a big game changer, and using these modern techniques in these belts that were not explored with conventional exploration techniques before.
So let's shift gears a little bit. You do have a few projects, a small handful in Newfoundland. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about those, what you're looking for, and where they stand right now, and the outlook.
Yeah, so all of them, first of all, they're all road accessible, because we only buy road accessible properties. Second of all, we only buy properties with known mineralization and outcrops. And so the prospectors came to us, and they were all very high grade copper, like copper in the range of anywhere from 3 to 9% in outcrops, with some nice silver mineralization in places, bismuth, tungsten, a whole mixture of polymetallic type material. We really don't understand the mineralization on these. They're early stage, but we're getting in and we're mapping them, we're prospecting them a little bit more. We hope to again trench them if it makes sense to. The challenge in Newfoundland, of course, bog, outcrop, bog, outcrop. So Mother Nature is not that great to us, because she hides a lot of stuff under bogs, we suspect. So that is a challenge. This stuff is different from the Newfound gold. We're not in the gold place. We're close. We're in the same zone, but I think these are very different style deposits, and could create a whole different target for within Newfoundland. So we'll see. It's early days.
Right. Maybe you can give us an idea of overall catalysts for CMC over the next, say, 12 months in terms of what people can look forward to and what kind of news flow might be coming.
Yeah, well, we've still been building our internal team. So I think that was very important, that we strengthen our team. So we just got 2 very senior geologists out of Mexico with over 25 years of experience in epithermal and vein deposits, which is exactly what we need for the exploration in Silverknight and all those projects up there. We just brought in Doug Coleman as a board member. Doug is Mexico Mining Center in Mexico. So all this Mexico link might hint that something might happen in Mexico sometime in the near future. Right. And then we're going to further strengthen the board. I'm very happy with our technical team at this stage, so I think we got excellent. I mean, our geophysicist, 48 years experience, Dr. Hale, and John Gilliat, who works with him, masters in geology. We got Micon doing our resource estimation work. We got SRK, very known well entity, doing studies for us. Even one of our junior geologists, she's got a master's in specialization in geochemistry. Wow. So, the team is really coming together. We'll continue that. And other than that, the other catalysts are, of course, the 5,000 meters of drilling in Silverknight, the taking Amy and Silverknight to drill ready stage, and who knows what's going to come out of Newfoundland. Right. We're optimistic.
Well, you've certainly come out of Newfoundland.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. And I'm going back to it. I'm building a house in Newfoundland this year, so there we go.
Well, Kevin, thanks very much for this overview of CMC, and I think that investors have a lot to look forward to this year.
Well, I sure hope so. We performed for them before, and we certainly work hard to give value to our shareholders. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll do that.
All right, thanks for that overview.